Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove direct recovery services from their credit report. And this is all, in many cases, without having to pay the debt at all. So if that's you or even someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that direct recovery services or any other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. We work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if there are no issues like that and you just really want to get the account removed from your credit report, well, we can help with that too. Call us today. Our number will be in the description below for you. Now, today I want to go over some of the most important questions that we get on a regular basis about this company. And first, I think this is really important, is to cover the question, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with direct recovery services? I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it really makes sense. Few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. But I want to set your mind at ease that fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically to unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. The other important thing is the amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is Direct Recovery Services, and why are they showing up on your credit report? Well, they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid credits, accounts like credit cards or things like that, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? For example, let's say that you have an unpaid credit card for whatever reason with Capital One, and it's $1,000. Direct Recovery Services could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which would give them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money doing that. Damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. But I think it's important to mention that what a lot of people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account that's attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, paying isn't actually in your best interest, and you could just be wasting your money. In rare cases, paying debt can even hurt your score further. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, certainly call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. And again, I want to mention if collectors have ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Another question that I get is, should you negotiate a settlement with direct recovery services? And this gets a little tricky because settling your debt with direct recovery services really depends on your goal. What I typically say is if you're wanting to improve your credit score, which who doesn't want to do that, paying isn't the best option. Why? Well, because as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, even if it's paid off, right? Instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score ultimately, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. So how do you remove direct recovery services from your credit report? Excellent question. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Did you know that? So I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. Again, that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but really be prepared to spend a lot of hours, maybe weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to come in and handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time and save the extra time that you'd invest in learning how to do it, we're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with direct recovery services many times, and their accounts regularly have issues. And we've been able to help numerous clients deal with them, and we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. Oh, here's a great question. How can you get direct recovery services to stop calling you? As I mentioned before, direct recovery services will be calling you. This is their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them. Or, on the other hand, you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your account altogether, which again, that's the better option. Will direct recovery services try suing or garnishing my wages? So, direct recovery services suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but really, in our experience, it's really rare because there are many laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's just a long process. However, again, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. Here's a great question. What are my rights when dealing with direct recovery services? So, bottom line is you have the right to dispute any of your debt that direct recovery services purchased. Direct recovery services is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And also, as I referenced before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Now, those are big fancy names and very complicated acts when you look at them. But the bottom line is that they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, again, that takes a lot of time to understand that. So if you don't have the time to research these acts, I don't blame you. It's not a problem. Just pick up a phone, give us a call today, and we can sit down and discuss your options. Again, I'll put our number in the description, and that's all I have for today. Thanks so much.